Hello and welcome to today's briefing. I'm Dana, and joining me is Matt. We're covering a wide range of stories, from politics to entertainment and more. Let's dive right in.
Hi, Dana. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to explore the day's top stories with you.
The Philippine Senate is starting the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte, a politically volatile event amidst her bitter feud with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Thousands of police officers were deployed to secure the Senate. Matt, can you help us understand what's at stake here?
The impeachment trial is significant because it marks a rare instance where a vice president is being impeached. The charges and the political context surrounding them will be crucial. What's the background on the specific allegations against her?
The articles mention a bitter feud between Duterte and Marcos Jr., but they don't specify the exact charges. It's likely related to their political differences and possibly actions taken during her tenure as vice president. The heightened security around the Senate indicates the potential for unrest or significant political fallout.
That ties into the broader political dynamics in the Philippines. Have there been any notable reactions from either Duterte's or Marcos Jr.'s camps regarding this impeachment trial?
The reporting doesn't detail specific reactions, but given their feud, we can expect a contentious process. The fact that it's happening in the Senate, which is acting as an impeachment court, adds a layer of formality and gravity to the proceedings. Moving to another political story, President Donald Trump recently posted a falsified image of former President Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle Obama, boarding Air Force One, which had been spray-painted with graffiti. Matt, what are your thoughts on this incident?
This is another example of Trump using manipulated media to make a point or provoke a reaction. The image is not only doctored, but also potentially inflammatory. Did the reporting say anything about the context or his motivations behind posting it?
The articles suggest it was posted on a Sunday, and it came months after another controversial post by Trump that showed the Obamas as premates. That previous post was deleted after receiving backlash. It seems there's a pattern of behavior here.
Right, and the latest post continues that pattern. The use of such imagery can be seen as an attempt to stir controversy or distract from other current issues.
That's a plausible interpretation. The article mentions that this comes after a previous racist post that was deleted. It's worth noting how these incidents reflect on his use of social media as a platform. Shifting gears to international news, the National Investigation Agency in India has filed a supplementary charge sheet in the Pahalgam terror attack case, naming Lashkar-e-Taiba chief Hafiz Saeed as an accused. Matt, can you help break down the significance of this development?
The Pahalgam terror attack was a significant incident that killed several tourists and locals. Naming Hafiz Saeed, a well-known terrorist leader, as an accused in the supplementary charge sheet indicates the ongoing investigation is tracing the conspiracy back to Pakistan-based terror networks.
The NIA alleges Saeed's role in planning and conspiracy. This is a cross-border terror incident, and such charge sheets are crucial for building a legal case against those involved.
Exactly. It underscores the complexities of investigating terror attacks that have roots across international borders. The Unlawful Activities Act is a powerful tool for the NIA in such cases.
French President Emmanuel Macron has arrived in Syria, becoming the first major Western leader to visit since Bashar al-Assad's ouster. Matt, what are the implications of this visit?
Macron's visit is significant because it marks a shift in Syria's geopolitical landscape under its new leadership. The fact that he's the first major Western leader to visit indicates a level of diplomatic engagement or recognition of the current Syrian government.
The reporting mentions that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited in April, but Macron is the first from Western Europe or North America. This visit could signal a change in how Western countries engage with Syria post-Assad.
It's a notable development, especially considering the historical context of Western countries' relations with Assad's regime. The new leadership, led by Ahmed al-Sharaa, a former al-Qaeda commander, adds complexity to these diplomatic efforts.
President Donald Trump is set to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Syrian President Ahmed al-Sharaa at the NATO summit in Turkey. Matt, what are the key takeaways from these planned meetings?
The meetings are significant because they bring together leaders from countries involved in complex geopolitical conflicts. Trump's meeting with Zelensky is likely focused on the ongoing conflict with Russia, while the meeting with al-Shara could signal a shift in how the U.S. engages with Syria's new leadership.
The White House statement indicates that Kiev is trying to refocus Trump's attention on the conflict with Moscow. Trump's public musings about Syria's role in the Middle East also suggest a broader strategic discussion.
These meetings at the NATO summit could have far-reaching implications, especially given the current tensions and conflicts in both Ukraine and Syria.
Let's move to the economy. South Korea's SK Hynix has launched the U.S. $28 billion U.S. listing on NASDAQ, capitalizing on the global AI boom. Matt, can you walk us through the details of this significant financial move?
SK Hynix is selling 17.79 million new shares in NASDAQ depository receipts. The final pricing is due Thursday, with the expected NASDAQ debut on Friday. This move is seen as a way to capitalize on investor demand driven by AI-related growth.
The company aims to raise $28.07 billion, making it one of the largest new share sales globally. The proceeds will likely be used to fund semiconductor expansion, given the high demand for AI infrastructure.
The fact that major investors have shown interest for up to $7 billion indicates strong confidence in SK Hynix's growth prospects. This IPO is a significant test of global appetite for high-growth AI infrastructure and chip companies.
India's National Stock Exchange is gearing up for a massive IPO, potentially one of the country's largest ever, aiming to raise up to $3 billion. Matt, what are the details surrounding this IPO?
The NSE plans to begin formal marketing next week, with investor meetings planned globally. The exchange aims for a September IPO through existing shareholders selling a portion of their stake.
The reporting suggests that this move could surpass India's current record IPO. The NSE has appointed about 20 banks to work on the share sale, indicating a well-prepared offering.
Such a large IPO will be closely watched, as it reflects investor confidence in the Indian financial markets and the NSE's role within it.
Riyadh Air, backed by Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, has announced daily Mumbai-Riyadh flights starting August 4th. Matt, what are the implications of this new route?
This marks Riyadh Air's significant entry into the Indian market. The daily flights will enhance connectivity and options for Indian travelers, potentially boosting business and leisure travel between the two regions.
The airline will operate a Boeing 7879 with 4 cabin classes. This move is expected to cater to business, leisure, and expatriate travelers, further strengthening ties between India and Saudi Arabia.
The fact that Riyadh Air is launching direct flights indicates a strategic effort to increase its presence in a key growth market like India.
President Donald Trump rang the opening bells for the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ from the Oval Office, promoting Dell stock just before its value jumped. Matt, what are your thoughts on this event?
Trump's action of promoting Dell stock right before the market opened and its subsequent jump is noteworthy. It's a symbolic act that ties his presidency to stock market performance and potentially influences investor sentiment.
The event reflects Trump's approach to using his presidential platform to engage with the financial markets directly. It's worth noting how such actions are perceived by investors and the broader public.
The fact that he used the Oval Office for this event underscores the connection he's making between his presidency and the stock market's performance.
Laser Power and Infra has fixed the price band for its IPO at Rs 742 crore at Rs 203 to 214 per share. Matt, can you provide more details on this IPO?
The issue opens on July 9 and closes on July 13, with an 11% gray market premium indicating strong investor interest. The company plans to use most of the fresh issue proceeds to repay debt and strengthen its balance sheet.
At the upper end of the price band, the company is valued at Rs 3,003.8 crore. This IPO is another significant financial event, reflecting investor appetite for new listings.
The strong gray market premium is a good indicator of investor confidence in Laser Power and Infra's future prospects.
Let's move to sports. Brazilian star Neymar has announced his retirement from international football after Brazil's elimination from the FIFA World Cup. Matt, what are your reactions to this news?
Neymar's decision to retire internationally is a significant moment for Brazilian football. He expressed deep emotions about the decision, indicating the personal toll of the World Cup exit.
Neymar came on as a late substitute and scored a penalty, but Brazil lost to Norway in the round of 16. The emotional weight of the loss likely contributed to his decision.
His retirement marks the end of an era for Brazilian football, given his stature and contributions to the national team.
Cristiano Ronaldo has confirmed that the 2026 World Cup will be his last. Matt, what does this mean for the football world?
Ronaldo's announcement that the 2026 World Cup will be his last is a significant moment in football. It marks the final chapter in a storied career for one of the sport's greatest players.
Ronaldo's statement that he will leave the tournament with no regrets is telling. It reflects his approach to the game and his legacy.
The fact that he's preparing for a match against Spain in the round of 16 and has said he hopes it won't be his last game is a mix of realism and optimism.
Moving to Formula One, the British Grand Prix is airing on Sky Sports F1 HD. Matt, can you provide the details on the broadcast schedule?
The British F1 Grand Prix airs on Sky Sports F1 at 8 a.m. on Monday, July 6. There are also other events like the sprint race and analysis programs scheduled around it.
The various broadcasts offer multiple viewing options for fans, including the main Grand Prix event and supplementary programs like Checkered Flag Britain 2026.
The coverage is comprehensive